Congratulations to her, and
Terrific.
Thanks to all of you for being with us tonight. Stay tuned to any severe weather coverage. Jeremy and Peyton are breaking in right now for a new tornado warning, gentlemen.
Go ahead and take me at the wall. We're ready. Here we go. The storm we just showed you in southern Lyon County a moment ago with the severe thunderstorm warning has now been upgraded to a tornado warning. So here it is. Go ahead and check out the velocity on this. Get this thing back into play mode. But the storm is south of Emporia at this point, and I've got the tower camera pointed in that direction. So it has a lot of rain on the tower camera, so difficult to see south of Emporia, but the tornado warning itself is going to be that direction looking south from the Industrial Road and Highway 50 intersection from the ValueNet fiber camera. So here we go. Now I'll go back to the velocity mode, and you'll see that spin right here moving out of the Chase County area into the southwest part of Lyon County. And I did mention a while ago, I said Emporia, Lyon County, if you've had enough of tornado warnings tonight, you could have this one more, because that thing was rotating coming this way. So that's where it is now, moving across the southwest part of Lyon County at this time. So we'll zoom back in more closely on this. And guys, make sure the captioning is still running, if you will, that live captioning. But this is going to be just off of the Kansas Turnpike, moving into the southwest part of Lyon County, certainly a rural area, but we do have some population there. Olpe, you are in the path of this, and you should be taking cover right now. If you're around Madison in the northern part of Greenwood County, certainly this will be coming in your direction as well. So putting this back into motion, we'll go ahead and loop it, and you can see that rotating storm making its way into the southwest part of Lyon County. I'm going to check the text on this from the National Weather Service and see exactly what they had to say on this new tornado warning there for the southern part of Lyon County. So they've got this going until 11:30 p.m. Located 8 miles west of Olpe, moving southeast 25 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail and a tornado possible, and this is going to be radar indicated rotation, and it's persistent. It showed up for a couple of scans, and since it stayed as a rotation, they went ahead and dropped the warning there on it. Looks like it would cross Highway 99. I'll give it a time there when it would actually get across Highway 99. We've got it moving 25 miles per hour, 8 miles. You got 15 minutes. That's going to be 11:22 p.m. for it to cross Highway 99 there, just south of Olpe. And then we also have the flash flooding threat. I want to mention that as well. Now, the northern part of Lyon County, we had a report of a water rescue going on a little while ago at 260 and K Road. The northern part of Lyon County looks like it's rained about 4 inches. From Emporia to the south, so far it's about 2, but you're seeing heavy rain coming down in the southern part of Lyon County now. So most likely by sunrise, probably by 1 o'clock in the morning, we'll have almost the entire of Lyon County with a total of 4 inches of rain or close to it for almost everybody. We still have a severe storm warning over here for Anderson, Coffee, Franklin, and Osage. That's for the strong straight line wind event. Putting the velocity back on here, you can see that it raced through the Reading area, through Olivet, Waverly, and now you're seeing those brighter pinks showing up just southwest of Ottawa, getting across I-35 and looping that one as well. You can see it moving into Franklin, Anderson County, really getting out of Osage County now with that bright red and pink and orange there as it raced southward through Osage and Coffee counties, is where we had some wind damage, quite a few power outages as well. So that is a wind damage event. We had tornado warning with it, but so far from what I've seen, most of it was a wind damage event, not much of a tornado damage from what I've heard of. But this one, that's a tight rotation showing up here over the southwest part of Lyon County. And again, looks like it's going to move just south of Olpe. But if you are in Olpe, you should be taking cover right now. Let's go ahead and check out where this would go, some time of arrivals. If it continues off to the east, Probably not going to make more of a northeast track than moving east or southeast. We got the St. Joseph Elementary School there at 1126. I put all the schools on these because even some folks that don't know what county they live in do know the closest school that's nearby. So that's why you'll see I list a lot of schools on here. Even when school's not in session, it's a landmark that many folks are going to be familiar with. So that's why I put those on there. We've got Verdigris Church, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but 11:24 p.m. is when we would arrive there, and coming across Highway 99 in the next few minutes. So looking off to the east, again, we've got the wind damage threat there. Here's the flash flood situation with Northern Lyon till 2:15. We've got a flash flood warning for Coffee, Lyon, Osage going until 2 in the morning, and the southern part of Lyon has seen about 2 inches of rain, while the northern part of Lyon is seeing closer to 4. We'll go ahead and put on the rainfall estimate so far, and that's it for the past hour, I believe. And I'll go ahead and run it back to the last 24, and you'll see some of those oranges indicate where there's been in excess of 4 inches of rain. So the north part of Lyon County, 3 to 4 inch bullseye of rain for many of you folks there, and almost everybody's seen at least 2. So seeing extremely heavy rain there in Lyon County, and it continues to come down even at this hour, this late hour, with the tornado warning as well for the extreme southern parts of the county too. So I'm going to back up to the tower camera there. Actually, let's go to it this way and bring it up directly through the system. So looking out from the tower camera there at Emporia, I'm going to do a trick here. We'll go ahead and point it just straight down, let the water droplets fall off of it, and I'll bring it back up. So that's what I'll do, and then you get a better look at it. See if I can shake some of the raindrops off that camera and bring it back up so where you can see it maybe. But again, we have the tornado warning that is south of the city limits of Emporia, and it's southwest of even Olpe. A well-defined hook echo right there with that as it's moving across the southern extremes of Lyon County and should move toward Highway 99 in the next 10, maybe 12 minutes or so. All right, so we'll go back over to the tower camera now, and I shook a little bit of the rain off of it, but not all of it. Excuse me there. All right, so looking to the south again from Emporia. There's an update, not sure, I think that's an update on the severe storm warning. I don't think that's an update on the tornado warning. We're looking from the Emporia cam, trying to see if we can pick out that tornado on the southern horizon. It might even be a little farther to the southwest of the city itself. Go back over here to the radar while I get the camera straightened out. So back on the velocity again, there just to the southwest of Olpe, we have a pretty well-defined rotation showing up on the velocity information there on Capitol Federal Live Storm Tracker. Now we're going to point the tower camera a little more to the southwest and give it another go here. And I've got a raindrop there right in the camera lens. But we'll see in the lightning if I can pick something out here looking to the southwest. And it's always difficult, most times difficult at night to see something on these, but once in a while you certainly can. In the daylight it's a lot easier if you've got a higher base, but that raindrop right there in the middle might be looking directly toward what could be a tornado. But it's a well-defined rotation, certainly. If you're in Olpe, I would definitely take cover right now. That is a tight rotation that's showing up on the radar. And again, it's southern part of Lyon County. It's not a high population area, but I do want to make sure that you are aware, if you're in southern Lyon County, that this is potentially a tornado that could touch down any time. We're looking south there from the radar, and you can kind of see the rotation there on the radar for sure. To the north, we have the flood warning in Jackson and Brown counties too. Tonight, additional rainfall could be as much as 1 to 3 inches for parts of Osage County, Lyon County, and Coffee County. So we still expect to see the flash flooding risk on and off through the remainder of the night, especially those counties to the south. So Emporia now 60 degrees, looking to the south there, and that's a tower camera image. And that's where the tornado would be, is off to the south of the city of Emporia, a little almost due south at this point. And I don't have it as confirmed. I do have it as Doppler radar indicated still at this point. I'm going to check out the storm spotter reports we've had so far. Actually, I'm going to take this farther back in time. Let's go 12 hours on this. If I remember how to get it over there. All right, there it is. That's the one. All right, so 12 hours, let's see, 24. Go that far back, that's fine. All right, so we've got the hail reports, flood reports, wind reports. We didn't see much around Topeka, fortunately for folks that are in Shawnee County, obviously. We did see a funnel cloud report near Eskridge. That was at 9:50. Had a funnel cloud report near Bashong. That was 8:15 p.m. Had a funnel cloud report 8:50 near Council Grove, just south of Council Grove. That was 8:50. And then to the south, we had hail reports in Emporia in the city. So we had a hail report there. That's 9/10 of an inch at KVOE. They actually measured it out that much, quarter size, close to KVOE. They had 3 reports there from KVOE, all close to quarter size hail, that is. We also had a funnel cloud reported near the town of Bazaar, near Matfield Green, at 10:15, reported by a storm chaser. So we've had quite a few funnel cloud reports. We haven't had any tornado touchdowns confirmed. Some of them looked earlier like they may touch down, but I have not had any reports of any sort of tornado damage or anything of that sort, fortunately. So back on the velocity here, we've still got the rotation showing up just southwest to Olpe. Peyton, what do you got?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and give you a quick update here on the radar. I want to give you an area-wide view on what's happening right now. The severe threat's probably done for areas northwest of the Turnpike through the rest of the night. Might have still some isolated showers, but by far the strongest portion of this line still southern Lyon into Coffee, Anderson counties too. Let's go back here on this tornado warning storm. If you're watching our coverage, maybe just tuning in Emporia, maybe you have a weather radio going off, this threat is definitely going to stay south of town. It was just an area of circulation. We were kind of watching it over the past 30 minutes. It kind of strengthened as it moved into the southwestern portions of Lyon County. But as Jeremy was mentioning, we have not had any report of a confirmed tornado with this storm, but it's still fairly well defined here just to the southwest of Olpe, that area of circulation in southern Lyon County. We can go and put a distance measurement on it here, comparing to where it is from Olpe itself. And this is going to be about 5 miles to the southwest of Olpe. Now, this is moving off pretty much in an easterly direction. So for the most part, it looks like this has a pretty good chance of staying south of Olpe. But if you want to go ahead and play it safe here, take your tornado precautions. But again, based on the signatures that I'm looking at here on radar, this area of circulation continues, but we have not had any sort of confirmed tornado with this storm. And I do have to say here, within just the past couple of scans, the rotation is not quite as well defined as it was about 10 minutes ago. So we'll have to see how things continue to evolve here. But kind of in relation to Emporia, we can see the measurement on it here. It's about 13 miles to the south of Emporia. And we'll go ahead and put a track on it. It's moving to the southeast. Let's see, that's going to be southeast at speeds around 25 miles per hour. So you get an updated track. Again, this is still fairly rural areas of southern Lyon County. We don't have any sort of populated centers showing up on our storm track there. So some good news, that stays in fairly rural areas. We still have the severe storm warning for Coffee and Anderson counties. These storms continue with a straight line wind threat. There's no tornado threat, but that warning goes until 11:30, includes Burlington out towards the Garnett, Princeton areas. These storms continue to move more often a southeasterly direction rather than due east. They have weakened a little bit from what we were looking at probably about an hour ago. Maybe still getting some wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, but it's not the 70 mile per hour straight line winds that we were concerned with a little bit earlier in the evening. So those storms do continue. Main threat's going to be some strong wind gusts. We can look at the hail mode here on radar, see what it's showing. And again, these storms are not really producing that much in the way of hail. Let's see. Yeah, just an update from Weather Service, still not saying that there's any confirmed tornado. But in terms of what we're looking at, hail possibility here east of Hartford, I should say, a little bit larger than ½ inch, so that's not considered severe hail. Severe hail that can cause damage is more like 1 inch in diameter, so we're not seeing that. But some small hail, some gusty winds possible with this portion of the line of storms. And again, the area of circulation to the southwest of Olpe, we'll have to see how things evolve, but western portions of Coffee County. Stay with us here as this storm, notice here, to the southwest of Olpe, that is moving more off in that easterly direction. So not a guarantee, not saying that it's definitely going to hold together, but if you're in Burlington, Gridley, heads up, we'll have to continue to monitor this storm as we move on through about the next half hour to hour or so. Jeremy?
All right, thank you, Peyton. So we're looking to the south from Emporia here. That's the Emporia cam provided by ValueNet Fiber. Managed to shake most of the raindrops off and get it zoomed in a bit better. And I might even be looking a little too far to the east ahead of the storm, but getting a better look at the base of this thing as it's across the southern part of Lyon County. But certainly that tower camera is in a great location. If we were going to be able to pick it out, this would be a good spot to look. But you can see the very active lightning show looking to the south there from the Emporia cam provided by ValueNet Fiber, of course, looking south across Lyon County from the west side of Emporia. So again, looking there, sometimes if you get the lightning strike just right, you can see if you have a funnel cloud or a wall cloud or whatever it might be. But from what I was seeing on the radar, certainly the rotation is tight enough that there's going to be something there. It's just so dark out there that it's impossible to get a really good look at it. Now, it's not just right outside of Emporia. It's a few miles south of town. Get a mileage there. The distance on this, back to the velocity, and I'm actually recording this on another computer just in case I get a look at it as well. But this rotation is 11 miles south of Emporia. So if you're in Emporia, just because I'm looking from the city doesn't mean you're in danger. And that might have been a look at it right there, actually, in the bottom middle of that picture. So I'm going to bring the tower camera back up here, and I think I know where I'm looking now. Here we go. All right, so what I saw just a moment ago in one of these flashes was right about here. I saw what looked like certainly something that was lower in the cloud. It might have been a funnel or a wall cloud. It's 11 miles away, so it's not going to be a huge feature there on the horizon. That's it, kind of right in this area here, if in fact we've got it. But it's going to be, we're getting fairly close to the Greenwood County line there, if in fact that's what I'm seeing. And again, when you're watching these things in the dark of night, kind of using the lightning flashes and 10 miles away, it's not going to be easy to pick something like this out. But either way, if you're in the Olpe area, you should be taking cover right now. If you're anywhere there along the southern part of Lyon County, and as Peyton was mentioning a moment ago, even over to Burlington, you need to be ready to take cover as this thing is heading your direction. It's going to be a few minutes before it gets there, but if you're over there in Coffee County, you are not done with the severe weather risk. This thing coming out of Lyon County certainly could be a problem for you coming through in the next half hour, 45 minutes. And it was rotating prominently coming across Chase County. It produced what was reported as a lot of quarter-size hail, a large quantity of it around Cottonwood Falls. And it looks like just to the left of the center there is what I see is what might be the lowering there, or even a funnel cloud. And it's persistent in the same area. I'm not sure, Peyton, if you can see that. I'm looking just to the left of that dot right in there. When it flashes,
yeah.
I'm seeing a consistent, what looks like, it could be a funnel. It's certainly not going to be tree line or something like that, but I'm seeing something consistently from the base of the cloud. And again, it's rural, southern rural parts of Lyon County. And this is, there we go, a little clearer look at the clouds there, and I use the focus to go right on past it. So we'll bring up the radar here, and again, that rotation is going to be just really close to Olpe right now. So if you're in Olpe, you should be taking cover right now. I'm going to take up the correlation coefficient here. This measures if there's any debris in the air, and I don't see anything flying, fortunately. If we do, it'll be a dark blue ball that usually shows up in the vicinity of a tornado if in fact it's doing damage. So the reason that the correlation coefficient can see that difference is it's looking at the difference in sizes of particles. So if it's got a whole lot of raindrops that are one size and then a barn door in the middle of it, then it's going to say there's something in here that doesn't match the rest. So it measures that there's something that's wrong in there that isn't homogeneous or isn't all the same size. So again, looking across Lyon County, I'm not sure if that's what I'm seeing there, but just trying to pick out where it might be. Either way, the rotation looks like it's just south of the town of Olpe and moving southeast roughly 20 miles per hour. The rotation not as impressive as it was a few moments ago. It's going to go across Highway 99 in just a few minutes. And the mileage on that from the rotation to Burlington is about 24 miles. So we'd be looking at this arriving in Burlington just about 12:30 a.m. if it continues on that path. So again, back over to the camera, and I'm looking kind of in the middle of the picture there. I'm just not sure if that's what I'm seeing or if it's just something in the topography, but it looks like it may be a lowering in the clouds there in the middle of that shot. So, all right, either way, we've got the tornado warning continuing for the southern part of Lyon County. It does not include the city of Emporia itself. Hartford, you're in a severe storm warning, but it's not a tornado warning for you. And the rotation just south of Olpe is going to move its way over into parts of Coffee County shortly. Back over the reflectivity, kind of the higher resolution version of this, and you can start to see that what was a hook is beginning to fill in a bit. So it become certainly a rain wrap tornado, if in fact there is one there. And back on the velocity signature is not as strong as it was. It's still there, but it's not as impressive as it was a few moments ago. Peyton, what do you got?
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. I'm just checking reports here on Twitter. Haven't seen anything. One thing, too, it's almost 11:30 at night, so I don't think we'd probably get much from spotters, but we'll continue to monitor any sort of additional information. Worth noting, we do have severe storm warnings continuing for Coffee and Anderson counties. This is for a straight-line wind threat. Burlington, you could be looking at some of the stronger winds here shortly. It's this area here around New Strawn up Highway 75 that could be producing maybe some wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. The wind signatures here on radar don't look quite as strong as they did earlier. It looks like the stronger of the winds moving now through Franklin, Anderson counties. That threat is moving out toward the Kansas-Missouri state line outside of our viewing area. And again, that is more of a straight line wind threat. Let's go through, take an area-wide view once again. Maybe you're just tuning in. The strongest of the storms now are along and south of I-35. What you're seeing here, these are some false echoes on the radar. That's not rain around Topeka and Holton. But over the past hour, we can see how these storms have been moving southeasterly. So it looks like that severe threat now is really going to remain confined to areas along and southeast of I-35 here within the next hour or so, and then after that we should start to settle things down for all of our viewing area as we move on later into the night. So let's go back here. Let's see what the new scan of radar is showing on the velocities here. As Jeremy was mentioning, if there's going to be a tornado with this storm, it would be rain wrapped. But again, we have not had any confirmed report. And yeah, that new sweep of the radar there, this circulation is definitely not what it was a few minutes ago. Let me go back a few scans, and you can see earlier, so this was earlier at, what was this, 11:09, when you have those brighter shades of red and green, that indicates stronger winds. So brighter colors indicate stronger winds. And if we put it up to the current time now, notice that the winds aren't as strong. The colors aren't as bright, and also those reds and greens are farther apart, so the rotation is much more broad now here just to the south of Olpe. So that's some good news. Tornado warning is going to expire at 11:30. So the Weather Service is seeing those same trends, and again, they will allow this tornado warning to expire. And yeah, it's getting kind of messy too. If we look at this storm, northern Greenwood County, notice how, yeah, take a look at that. This Lyon County storm is now running into the new storms in Greenwood County. So that is pretty good indication that this is probably going to end any sort of circulation that we're seeing once those storms kind of merge. So yeah, so that tornado warning is going to expire there at 11:30. Jeremy?
All right, Peyton. So as he's mentioning, the tornado warning expiring in 1 minute here. The biggest threat we have going now at this point is that we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings that are still in place. I'll give you a rundown of those and the flash flood warnings. Then we'll go back to regular programming. But across the southern part, we got parts of Franklin, Anderson County in severe thunderstorm warnings right now. You zoom in on that. Back over reflectivity is easier to see. There you go. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this. And we've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now that includes the Ottawa area, Franklin County until 11:30. You're in a severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Coffee County, also Franklin, Anderson, and this one, 11:30, winds to 60 miles per hour and moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Hail the size of nickels possible with this, and it is moving again to the southeast. That includes areas like Burlington. You're getting strong straight line winds from this right now. You're also going to see very heavy rain around Burlington from this. Garnett dealing with that as well. Westphalia seeing very heavy rain from that storm as it moves through. In the southern part of Lyon County, we continue with a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning expiring right now, but the severe thunderstorm warning goes until 11:45. It's for 60-mile-per-hour winds as well as hail the size of quarters that are a possibility with that part of the storm. And then, as we mentioned earlier, we also have the flash flood warnings for many communities. I want to show those really fast, and we'll go back to CBS programming. So flash flood warning for Lyon, Morris, Wabunsee till 2:15. The southern part of Lyon going till 2 a.m. for Coffee, as well as most of Lyon there, and Osage County as well. And then to the north, we have a flash flood warning for the southwest part of Brown County until 1:30 a.m. and then Jackson County flash flood warning going for just 29 more minutes. But we do have more rain on the way. Most folks that are north of I-70 will not see significant additional rain tonight. But if you are in areas like Lyon County, Osage, and Chase, you could still see an additional 1 to 3 inches along and south of I-35 just over the next few hours. And some of the computer models are actually bringing more of the rain back northward a bit as we get later in the night. So that's the latest. The tornado warning has been expired for southern Lyon County. We'll stay here and have more updates on social media and break into TV as necessary, but I really think we're going to see some flash flooded problems across Coffee, Lyon, Osage, Chase counties that could last even into tomorrow morning. Keep your TV right here on the WIBW channels. We'll keep you safe and informed.
Ready over there? Can you show the people what I was supposed to have done?
Okay, so this is